Southern Pride. Southern Pride. I've been using this word every day.
Three, maybe four. Three, maybe four. What?
Mm.
Oh, sorry.
But I don't know if it's. Hey, Donna, this is Michael Axtell calling with Profit Rhino. I was hoping to speak with Joe, Scott, or Keith. We have an onboarding meeting this morning. Sorry, I was having a little bit of trouble hearing you. You said I should call which number? Okay. Let's see. I have 910-754-2200. Okay, sounds great. I'll give them a call. Thank you. Hey, Diane. My name is Michael Axtell. I'm calling with Profit Rhino. I was looking to speak with Joe, Scott, or Keith. We have an onboarding meeting for their new. Okay, that would be awesome. Hi, I was looking to speak with Scott. This is Michael Axtell calling with Profit Rhino. I just wanted to see if you guys were going to be able to join the success meeting this morning. I know we had some time blocked off here to start your Profit Rhino onboarding. I'm going to shoot you guys a quick email as well. It's possible you guys get tied up with something, but either way, give me a call when you have a chance. My number here is 607-444-5123. Thank you. I mean, I know graduate. You updated the product. I don't even know. What? Subcategory. That one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that,
Prophet Rhino, this is Mike. Hey guys, how's it going today? Good, good. Let's see, I sent you over the meeting link. If you can click into that, that'll patch you into my computer. We can do a screen share for this morning's meeting. And I guess before we do that, I just want to confirm it's still a good time for you guys to get together. All right, awesome. And if you'd like, I can just resend that link so it's at the top of your inbox. Yep. Okay. All right, you should see that any second now. All right, you should be able to see my screen at this point. Okay. Do you guys have audio hooked up to your computer? Speakers and a microphone? No microphone? Okay. Let me do this. I'm going to chat over to you. I'm going to have you call into a Zoom meeting link so that we could do audio through the Zoom meeting, if that's okay. So bear with me 1 second. You're going to see a phone number flash on the screen. Okay. And then I'm chatting over the meeting ID as well. You'll have to type that in quick. Okay. Cool. Yep. If you could do that, that would be ideal. So we can hop off the phone here. Yep. Talk to you in a second. Okay. Bye. Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, good deal. Let's jump into things here. Now, just to introduce myself quick, my name is Mike Axtell. I'm going to be the customer success rep taking you through your Profit Rhino onboarding. Once we get you through the onboarding process here and you're really graduated from the program, I'll be here along with the rest of the team as a support resource for you.
Okay.
Before we get into today's meeting, I just want to run through the onboarding roadmap with you.
Okay.
What we're going to be doing today is the success meeting. Really, the goal for today is to get a bunch of your business information and get it plugged into the system. That way we can generate a more accurate price book for you. When I say business information, I'm referring to items like your break-even costs, your bill-out rates, parts and labor markups, any sales tax that you want to account for. From there, we'll go through and do some customization within the price book. Today, we're going to keep that more limited to your fixed cost tasks like dispatch or diagnostic fees, service agreements, items like that. Then we'll take a look at your categories and some of the business types that you have set up in your account right now. We'll just run through and clean up some items that maybe you're not doing. Okay.
Yeah.
After today, we'll get an admin training set up. That's going to be a little bit more in depth. The admin training is where we go through and I really teach you how to use anything within the online portal. The online portal is going to be your price book management tool. So anything related to managing your content, creating new content, we're going to be covering in that meeting. So adding new tasks, adjusting task duration, changing part pricing, changing images, anything related to managing content we'll cover during admin training.
Okay.
After admin training, I'll give you guys probably a week or week and a half to go through and just make any adjustments or additions that you feel you need. At that point, we'll get together for a price book audit. I'll take a look at any changes that you've made just to make sure everything looks right to me. If there are any additional questions that you have, we can cover all of that during the price book audit. Really, the price book audit is a final meeting where we get the thumbs up from you guys to go ahead and send the price book over to ServiceTitan. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So, any questions for me regarding today's meeting or the onboarding process in general?
I think the only question I have is when ServiceTitan did our original data pool, and they brought in the price, or what we consider the price book now of ServiceTitan. When we integrate this back into ServiceTitan, will that all that other stuff that's in there will go away? Is that what I'm assuming?
You have the option. So you're gonna within Profit Rhino, you have our content. You can either overwrite what you have in ServiceTitan, or our content can just be added to what you have.
Yeah, the problem was is that when they did our data pull from our original service software in the EFC, for some reason all my material lists, like all my parts and things like that, came into my services. So we have 6,500 entries in there. That's what, and I wanted to, it wasn't supposed to come over, but I wasn't here when they did that final data pull, so I wasn't able to check it at that point. So that's why I was just asking. Yeah.
Yep. So what we can do is we could just have them clear that out and then sync new data in.
Okay. Now, in this price book, that when we get done with this will have everything we need for text to run and do everything we need. So this would be the only price book that we need.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
All right. That's my question.
Cool. Sounds good. All right, so let's jump into it here. Have you guys logged into Profit Rhino yet?
I have not.
Not quite yet. You did? Okay.
Scott has. I have. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, after today's meeting, I think what I'm going to do, we've made some additions to our content within the last couple days. I'd like to get that copied into your account just so you have the latest and the greatest. What we will do today is still plug in your business information here. And then, actually, let me do this. We have plenty of time here to just make some additions. So bear with me 1 second. I'm gonna copy everything over right now if that's okay by you guys.
Okay. So are there going to be two different price lists?
Yeah, it's supposed to be we're going to use it for both Swift and A+.
Okay. All right. So you're working at Swift's price book.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. So are there two different price books? One for A+ and one for Swift?
Let's see. I don't believe currently there's multiple setup. I can see Brad put a note in here saying that there were a couple DBAs, so you're doing business as A+ and Swift. I guess talk to me briefly about that. How
Well, A+.
How are the two going to
A+.
differ?
Well, A+. Well, they're technically two different companies.
Okay.
Swift runs out of South Carolina. A+ runs out of North Carolina.
Okay.
So I mean, it's under the same owner. It's just two different businesses in two different areas.
Okay. So let's see. I mean, is the pricing going to be different? Is the content going to be different? Because what you would be able to do is just manage all of the content through the same online portal.
Well, one's going to have electrical services. The other one won't.
Okay. Okay, which is fine. I mean, you could always just deactivate the electrical service for whichever one you're not going to be using it for.
Okay. Yeah, Scott.
I guess
he was going to. No, I was going to say Scott said, yeah, we were going to use the same price book. He was just different areas. Okay.
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 Yeah. So my only concern there is once we have the API connection live, and it's going to be a direct sync from your Profit Rhino account to your Service Titan account.
Mm-hmm.
That's where maybe there's some complications where you would need a couple different accounts.
When I spoke with Brad when we were getting through it, he said we'd be able to switch the logos and save it into like a spreadsheet to automatic to where we could load it into Profit Rhino, not automatically sync it.
Yeah, and you would be able to do that. I think it would almost make more sense just to have a separate account set up. But let me run it by Brad, because at the end of the day, we do want you to have the ability to automatically sync over to your Service Titan account. So we'll figure out the best way for that. If you want to have everything in one account and just pull a data export to manually load into the A+ or the Swift, whichever one you're not hooked up to the API, 100% you can do that. So there's a solution there. Let's just talk through it to see if there's a better solution for you. Okay.
I mean, we would be fine with connecting. Our issue would that change the price? Because I know when the owner and I were talking to Brad, one of the big things that we wanted to clarify multiple times was that we could have both companies.
Yep, and you can definitely do that if one is hooked up to the API and the other you just pull a data export for and manually load the data into the non-API connected Service Titan account. Either way, I know that it can work. We'll just figure out if there's a smoother solution for you. Let me run a couple things by Brad just so I'm fully up to speed. Okay. All right, bear with me 1 second here. I'm just copying over the last trade, and then we'll jump right into things.
you handle that? Because if that's the case, I'd rather have it API to us instead of Swift. Yeah. Because I'm sure we'll have way more track to deal with.
Yeah, 'cause, you guys are all electrical too,
Yeah.
but down there,
Yeah.
no one's gonna touch that.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I mean, being honest, up here is more
Yeah.
likely to have modifications with the
Yeah. I'd rather have it do the sync today plus instead of Swift.
and
If
anything
that's the
here,
way we go.
things change, you can let me know.
All
and
right.
I can adjust it on the spreadsheet, really.
Mhm.
All right, good deal. So now you have the latest content here.
Okay.
All right. So when you guys log into Profit Rhino, it's going to bring you here. This is
Okay.
where you're going to control how the content is organized and really how it's going to appear to your technicians within Service Titan. You're going to have your business types, your categories,
Right.
subcategories, and then from there you're at the task level.
Mm-hmm.
Everything here can be rearranged, renamed. You can
Right.
add to. I'm going to get into that more during admin training. What we
Okay.
will do today is just go through and clean up some items that maybe you're not doing. And then we'll spend some time within miscellaneous, updating
Right.
your dispatch, diagnostic fees, and service agreements.
Okay.
Now, before we do that, I'm going to click over here to business information.
Okay.
Now, this is where you're going to have your break-even costs, your bill-out rates, any parts and labor markups, any sales tax that you want to account for. Everything that we're looking at on this page right now is going to be specific to the plumbing business type. And you have the rest of these as well. These are all independent of one another. So if you guys wanted to have a certain bill-out rate for plumbing and drain cleaning, but a different bill-out rate for heating and AC service, you could do that.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't actually do plumbing, so.
Yeah.
You
we
don't?
just-
Okay.
No plumbing.
Easy enough.
Don't ever want to do it.
All right. That's fine. We can run through it and just deactivate those
Yeah.
items. So then for HVAC, is everything going to be the same across the board, or are you going to have different rates between heating and air conditioning?
No, heating and AC will be the same.
Okay, cool. All right, let's click on down there then. Now, do you have an accurate break-even calculated?
Well, the funny thing was is when all this came up, our owner decided to skip country.
Okay.
Did I say that like that? Yeah. I mean, he's literally in Europe right now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So.
No, not a problem.
Because what we're using now. So I don't know if you talked about this, but all we have right now, we have a price book, and everything is priced out. We don't really bill by hour on any of our jobs. Everything is pretty much the fixed cost across the board.
Okay.
So it's not like, hey, we're going to come out to your house. It's going to be $75 an hour.
Yeah.
Most of what we have a diagnostic charge, and then we have an item that we select, and it has a price already built into it.
Okay. And that's really how this is going to be eventually set up, and really how you guys are going to use it within Service Titan. But in selecting a task that has a price associated with it, we need to get that price. Just to show you quick on a task, we'll just say say a blower motor. So here you have a blower motor. This blower motor has a price associated with it. And I haven't plugged in any of your pricing, so I want you to kind of ignore the accuracy of the pricing. But you would select this task that has this price. Now we got to this price based on durations and a bill out rate, and also material cost and where that material cost fits into a markup schedule. So we're pricing flat rate tasks based on time and material. You're also able to just come in here and say, I want this to cost this much.
Right.
So there are a couple different ways that we can price them. But as far as long-term price book management goes, you really do want these set up as time and material so that if,
Okay.
halfway through the summer, you guys bring on a new technician or your insurance costs change, you can come back here into business information, adjust your break-even cost, and then adjust
Okay.
your bill out rate, and your entire price book adjusts accordingly.
Okay.
So
So,
we do need to do some thinking based on probably a break-even cost. I'd have you guys determine that first, and then
All right,
based
so
on
help me
target
out with
profitability, we'd come up with a bill out rate for you.
okay, so this hourly rate we're looking at for break-even cost, because I'm new to this price book thing. I do
Yep.
everything else, but when we're talking about a break-even cost, what do most people? How are they figuring this?
So the break-even cost would be all of your overhead boiled down to a billable hourly rate. So break-even
tech?
cost. I wouldn't do it per tech because here we're going to be plugging in break-even and a bill out rate for your company. My
Okay, so this,
recommendation.
we're looking at a total company.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Okay.
So as far as handling technician labor, my
Right.
recommendation would be to just use the highest technician labor
Yes.
if it's appropriate. If you have, 3 technicians that are at $20 an hour and 1 technician that's at $75 an hour, obviously that's an extreme, but there it wouldn't be appropriate to use your highest technician labor because it's so far away from the average.
Right.
So, within reason. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
So we're looking at what total number of techs by maybe times average of their labor or their rates.
yeah, so that would factor into your overhead.
Okay.
So I would include not only technician labor, but I would include, your insurance, your rent, any vehicle rentals, um, gas costs, fuel costs throughout the year, advertising, really anything that would be lumped into your overhead.
Okay.
I would take that number and divide that by the number of billable hours that you have per year.
Okay. So we're looking at basically looking at an overhead cost for the year divided by billable hours.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, that makes more sense. All
Okay, cool. So once you have that, we can plug that in here. If you don't have that today, that's fine.
Yeah, we definitely don't.
Yeah, that's fine. The break-even cost here, this isn't going to directly determine your pricing. The
Yeah.
pricing is going to be calculated by the bill out rate. Where the break-even cost factors in is on the task page. You're able to view a table that shows all your calculations. It's actually what we just looked at. But on that table, you're able to see profitability. So that's where the break-even factors in. Again, it's not going to set us back if we don't have it today. Same thing with your bill out rate. If you don't have it today, it's not going to cripple us. It's not going to delay you a month. I would recommend having that between now and our next meeting so we can get that plugged in on the front end of admin training, because after admin training, that's when I want you to go through and just ensure that the pricing is where you want it. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because going into this, Joe just kind of threw it to us, and me and Scott both kind of in different areas of what we do here.
Yeah.
And this is the first step we've really done with Price Book and looking at how everything's built out and doing this. So it's kind of a small learning process for us.
Yes, you guys got thrown into a fun job.
Yeah, amongst other things we have.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. Sounds good. It's fine. It won't be too bad for you. There are plenty of companies that I've onboarded that individuals have been thrown into the same situation, so don't worry, it's going to be fine for you. Okay. What we'll do then, we'll hold off on plugging in break even and bill out rate. Your bill out rate, and this may be something you're looping the owner in on as well. But I would determine the bill out rate based on target profitability stemming from your break even cost. So if you come up with a break even cost of $100 and you want to be 50% profitable, from there you can determine your bill out rate.
Okay.
We can move on then. What are you guys doing? Do you guys do service agreements where you offer a discounted rate?
Yes.
Okay. What rates are you offering? Or what discounts, I should say?
It's a 20% discount for members.
Okay. Just to show you that quick, what we're looking at here is a markup. So rather than putting in 20 here, I need to mark up a higher percent. That's going to be 25 that I would mark up in order to reflect a 20% discount.
Okay.
Just to show you what I'm talking about here, let's say that your break-even cost is 100 and you want to charge out a standard bill out rate of 160.
Okay.
Here is where we would plug in the 20% discount from that 160.
Okay.
So if we took 160 times 0.8, that's minus 20%. So there you're saying that 128 is what you're charging your members per hour.
Okay.
If we took that 128 times 1.25, and here we're marking up 25% because we're starting with a smaller number, there you're right back at your 160.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The premium, I'm just going to zero this out. ServiceTitan accepts two different pricing rates. So it's going to be value and standard that gets sent over to ServiceTitan. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Assistant labor we'll hold off on. As far as sales tax goes, do you guys charge sales tax to the customer? Is that something that you need to have broken out on the invoice, or you do need it broken out on the invoice?
Monica. Sales tax. Yeah. Yes.
You do? Okay. If that's the case, then I'm going to have you handle that through ServiceTitan.
No problem.
So it'll need to be set up there. Good.
Yeah,
What we're looking at here.
Okay.
Yeah, what we're looking at here, this would be sales tax that you're just baking into the flat rate. So
yeah, we don't want to do that.
Yep, that's fine. As far as rates that you're rounding, do you want them rounded or do you want them left as dollars and cents?
Dollars and cents.
Okay, sounds good. If you come in and make any adjustments here, you just click that calculate biz info button, and that's going to activate any changes you made throughout your entire price book.
Okay.
Or I should say throughout that business type. Excuse me.
Joe and have him figure out these two.
I have mine like a field trap. It's always closed.
Bear with me here. Okay.
Oh, you're good, man.
I'm just going to plug those items in for heating.
I think your smoke is awful.
That'd be nice.
Give me a little bit. I did that for
I think our team is running an update of some sort because it shouldn't be moving this slow.
It's good.
Yep.
I work for a guy and he smokes in his office and so I got the biggest, heaviest duty vent fan and I plugged it into one of the and ran a self
a maintenance man. But in the wintertime into 10, assistant general manager, and the front desk manager. Chain, and the one night guy, the four of them chain smoking in this office with no windows. And none of the rooms in there were smoking rooms, and people always complained. Like, my room smells like smoke. And he's like, I don't know why. I'm like, you guys are peeking out of his office with cigarettes. Like, what do you mean you don't know why? The whole hallway smells like it. Oh, it was nice. They've been smoking in there for probably like 20 minutes. There was nothing you could do.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
I mean, it had like a little patio there, 3/4 enclosed, so it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was cold, but
All right. One other thing that I'd like you to look into,
Mhm.
parts markup schedule. So I'm assuming you don't have this set, but here we're looking at how much do you want to mark up your parts.
Okay.
We have a sliding scale loaded, so the higher the cost of the part, the less the markup. This can
Right.
really be updated however you'd like. You know, if you wanted to just say, you know, from 1 penny all the way up, I just want to make, you know, 40% on all my parts, you
Mhm.
could do that. So if that's something
Okay.
you want to look into as well, we want to get that customized for you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. What we'll do real quick then, just go through and clean up some items that maybe you're not doing. So plumbing and drain cleaning you're not doing. Are you doing like water heater install?
Nope.
No? Okay. And then let's see, heating, AC, and installs. I'm assuming you guys aren't doing oil or steam heating.
No. Not
And
gas fireplace either.
okay. Any hydronic?
Nope.
Okay. All right. And then as far as installs go, are you guys going to be handling installs through Profit Rhino, or do you have another tool for that?
Show me installs. I'm.
Yeah, and what we have here, seeing it, I don't know if it's going to help you all that much. We have kind of a two-brand solution built out that you're able to customize.
Okay.
So here, you know, you have your heat pump systems broken down by SEER and then by tonnage.
Okay. Now,
And
for me to use this.
Yep.
Those prices, like once if you load that task in, it you can edit the price there. No, we're probably not going to use this because our salesman calls for pricing.
does it? Okay. All right.
But I mean, having the task in there would be good. I just don't know. I'll have to talk to Joe about that.
Okay.
We'll have to talk to Joe about this part because
Okay.
it's up to
Sounds
him
great.
how we do that. Because
Okay.
I like having it there because it would make it easier building the estimate.
It definitely would. If you'd like, and what we typically do is for installs, we just set aside a block of time to talk about installs and only installs, because if you guys are thinking about using it, we want to fully understand what you need. We want to fully explain to you what we have, and then we determine the best way of going about customizing that. So,
Okay.
okay. So
That works.
that we'll just table that discussion for now.
All right.
All right, what we will do real quick, let's update your dispatch and or diagnostic fees. What are you guys doing? Do you have a service charge of some sort?
Yeah, our regular fee is $99
Okay.
for diagnostics. And then, of course, I think it's like $79 for member.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. $79, right?
Okay. And then you have
A non-member
standard
fee.
diagnostic fee.
Yeah.
And then do you have an after hours or weekend?
No.
Okay. Cool. So dispatch fee we can deactivate. And then plan maintenance agreements, we can plug this in quick.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take HVAC here. Now, is there any sort of a branded name for your service agreements, or is it just HVAC?
Yeah, there's bronze, silver, and gold memberships.
You do? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And what's the difference between the three of them?
Number of tune-ups and
Okay.
the price. That's it.
Okay.
I think the price was, I think bronze gets 72 for you,
Yeah.
but the discount's 20%.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Whereas bronze only.
I think we're getting rid of the gold. So we're getting rid of the gold package.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
That was no one gets it.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't gotten that
We
far
just
yet.
not calling them silver and bronze.
So silver membership. As well as how many tune-ups?
Silver has 2. Bronze has 1.
Okay.
3 years inflation for that matter.
And the silver costs how much?
130 for the first system. That's 130 for the first system.
And I'll get an additional system
Yeah.
task added for you.
What's the cost of the bronze agreement?
99.
Oh, I didn't see it. I'm looking all over the page and I can't see it.
See here, we'll call this
Bundy Rick.
first system.
You guys have fun there.
Oh my gosh, it was terrible. Yesterday was terrible. Just terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Hey, what boy, he's fast here.
There you got all that.
No. I'm gonna take that phone and I'm gonna throw it into the ocean. So when people call, the fish can talk to them.
All right, for bronze, what's the cost for each additional?
$50.
Okay.
Okay. Put it up to that.
And then for silver?
70.
Okay.
Not 70.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. So what I want to do next, I just want to make sure you guys have user logins.
Okay.
Scott, we have you set up as the master user. This is going to be your login.
Yeah, you the master. You.
All right, actually, you guys are already set up here.
Should be Joe and Keith and me.
Yep, exactly. Cool, sounds good. Aside from that, the last couple things I want to do, if you guys can send me your logo, and you can do this after the meeting if you want, I'll get that loaded into here, user company logo. Aside from that, I'd like to get an admin training scheduled with you. Right now, I am looking out till next week for that.
Okay, we can do it when he goes back again.
Yeah, that'd be good for Joe to be back. When did he get back?
He gets back next Wednesday.
Okay, do you want me to wait until next Wednesday?
Well, he probably won't come back to this office that day. He comes back to America.
Okay. Let's see. I could get with you guys on Thursday.
Yeah, normally all three of us are up here that day.
Cool. Sounds good. Do you want to do the same time on Thursday?
Yeah, it'd probably be good to do it in the morning with him.
Okay.
He doesn't
Sounds
like to hang
good.
out.
We will do that then.
What's the date that week?
That's going to be Thursday the 21st.
Yeah, because I'm going Friday.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Cool. Well, sounds good. If you guys can do some work on the break even and the bill out rate and also the markup schedule between now and Thursday the 21st, that would be awesome. I guess if any questions come up between now and then, give me a call, shoot me an email.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Cool. I appreciate it, guys. Any questions before we close up here?
Oh, no.
Nope.
Cool. Sounds great. Hope you guys have a great week.
All right, thanks, man.
All right. We'll see you.
All right.
Bye.